What's up, everyone? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again. Another set review. They just keep releasing sets. We are never allowed to rest. We can never go home. We must fight about the cards. We will be here forever reviewing cards
Make it
into
stop.
infinity.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Yep. Joined today by Andy and Zach. Zach's been on the channel before, but it's been a bit. Welcome him back. And we're also joined today by Paru. Fan favorite guest, Paru.
Yeah,
I love Paru.
be in the area.
Yeah, Paru and I are actually in the same room right now.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Wow.
He's actually sitting on my lap while we do this.
Yeah,
Wow.
100%.
That's hot. All right, let's get on
Calm
to
down, Paru. Calm down.
get into the fucking TD. Andy, it's your favorite profile. Go ahead.
Ooh, all right. I don't know any of these characters. Never watched
Lily.
this show. Well, I know
Riri.
Hestia. Riri?
Lily.
Lily?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, on play, you discard a character with Familia or Guild or Hostess of Fertility, covering
Okay.
all their bases there.
You're gonna see
wait.
that like triple trade a lot. So
Do we want to just now say discard a DanMachi character? Because every single
Basically,
fucking
yeah.
card refers to all three of these traits.
yeah. They
You
just
checked every single one?
for the most
Just
part,
about.
yeah, just about every card, yeah.
Okay, well
Okay.
that's good. They're not doing like any weird trait locking
No, nothing
stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, just ditch a character when you play it, and you can draw a card. And it is a brainstorm for 5, but it's the trial deck version, so it's a draw brainstorm. But hey, that's not too bad when you have the first effect on there. If you have a lot of ways to scry the top of your deck, which I think this set does.
You do go through 6 cards.
I don't
get to
know
go
if they
through 6
do.
cards, yeah.
I don't know if they have like a lot of top chicks. I know they have like an event fucking Kome that's really insane.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, we do.
that's what you told me before. It's like, you're gonna love this set, Andy. There's some event card that does something stupid.
Yeah, probably.
It
I
better.
mean,
It's
draw
better in
card
this
is
set.
good when you're running a lot of events, right? So like maybe draw card is like better than average, but like it's still a trial deck brainstorm. It's like these like maybe
Cool.
I'm just like biased from Hall Live, but I think these like are actually just totally fine. These like 5-card draw brainstorms. I think it's
Yeah.
the right kind of power creep, right? Like,
Yeah. When I've seen you play those draw brainstorms, that really did change my mind on them. It's like, wow, you actually can like get non-characters with a brainstorm, and that's amazing.
yeah.
I've been telling you guys forever, you can just draw your cards. No one believed me.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
allowed to draw.
I've been
didn't
saying it
believe
all
you.
along.
I didn't believe you. You're right. So this gets a C for cool.
All right. Next card. We got this Eyes. You have one or fewer other characters, it gets 1500 power, and it is a chaser. So it runs in front of your opponent's character. So 3500 chaser in the trial deck. So you're
Condition's kind of bad, but like.
I mean,
sick.
yeah, it's a chaser.
Is it?
I mean,
Is that actually that bad? Because like, if you try field, you can't move anyway.
no, you could move, but like, well, yeah,
Like, you can't chase if you have
it's
a full
only
field.
3500, which I feel like is beaten over by like single lane shit like really easy right now. But it is like an option, right? Like if chasers
is.
are good, it's fine card. I think Par is right. I think it's like right there. I think
Probably, yeah.
for it to be like a truly remarkable chaser, it has to be like the Goblin Slayer, something like that, or it has to be like massive somehow. And
Well, I
this
mean,
is
I
neither of those
think
things.
chasers in general are just like a little bit overrated. Like, if they don't have some other amazing thing about them. Like, Goblin Slayer says you can't side attack. That's what makes them good.
I think it depends on the meta you're in. If it's a lot of clean cut, chasers are really obnoxious. Because like they're good against runners and the people that are opting to play runners and people who are playing clean cut because they always deny clean cut.
Yeah.
So it depends on what your meta is. But I don't know. The meta's changing. We got a ban list, but by the time most people got this set in their hands, ban list will probably be around. Or like it's for English. So English, Kage will be around forever. So you'll have runners and clean cuts. So I guess chaser's fine. All right. Next, Paru.
This character is Wealth, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a level 0 the start of the encore step, if you have no other rested characters in front row, you put the top card of your deck into your clock and rest him.
Now there's a trial deck card.
So it is a clock plus in your trial deck, but all it really does is it saves himself at the end of the turn.
It's a Haruna, but you clock yourself, right?
What?
I don't think it's that bad.
It's okay. It's not that bad, but like,
I mean, it's a Haruna encore, but you don't gotta pay.
Yeah.
no other rested. But
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything.
If it had like if it was like a.
It is kind of shit. Give it the plus for the plus, but it's pretty bad.
He did something on attack, or it was like a bomb or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything else. The other Harunas, they all do something, right? Like more than
the Little Busters one is a vanilla like this.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, next, Zach.
This ability is a 1/0 during a turn gets 4K power. During battles involving it, when damage taken by you is canceled, it returns to your hand.
When damage taken by you is canceled, you bounce it back. So it's like a 7K on turn, and when they swing back over it, which they definitely will, you can maybe save it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It's like a coin flip plus.
Is that a better condition than
No.
something like Mari from Love Live Sunshine?
No, absolutely
The top check?
No, the top check is like actually hittable. This is just random.
This is just a beater that sometimes is a plus.
Yeah, it's just like a random beater.
Yeah.
You have no way to influence it at all.
It's fine. Yeah.
You could
Be a good Ramorous target.
At least it's 7K.
Well, this is not really a good Ramorous target though.
Well, I mean, you could just play this in your deck as like a 7K, and then it's also a Ramorous target.
I guess, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's not a very good one, but whatever.
I mean, for a trial deck, it's fine.
It's like the next generation of 7Ks, maybe, right? Like an on-play 7K attacker. It's better than a assassin, right?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, candy.
All right. This one is Eyes, I think.
Yep.
If you have 2 or more other characters, this gets 2K power, so it'd be a 1/175, and it is the generic fucking standby target that. I guess the set has standby.
It does.
It's got 2.
Technically.
One is a promo.
One's a promo.
There's a much better 1/1 in the set, which is really funny, I think. Well, I don't know if it's much better. Maybe you need the encore.
Yeah, I know the card you're talking about. It is cooler. It is more unique, but this has proven reliability.
Yeah,
to
it's just a fucking standby card.
Like, the classic.
Yeah, it's just it is the card you play in the standby.
If you run standby, there's a 50% chance to run this.
Yeah. This is a vanilla counter. We can skip it. Yeah. 2/1 Lily. All your characters in front of this gain X power. X equal 500 times that level, and it has pay to rest this, salve it. Not the worst effect for a level assist, actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
It chills. It has some amount of utility. It pays down 2 if you trigger on your second attack in the late game, where like pay 2 to sculpt something for like a finisher turn. It doesn't impact your stock threshold. Is actually probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a lot worse. It's not amazing, but you could do a lot worse.
If I was like actually playing the regular trial deck, I could see myself actually using that effect, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's something.
The best 2-soul ever.
It
the
is.
toothbrushing scene. Not the toothbrushing scene you're thinking of, you fucking
How do you know what I was thinking of?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about, Carmen? Tell us.
The fucking Nissan one I won.
That one's a gold bar.
Yeah, that one is a gold bar. Wow, gold bar.
That's why they were thinking about it. They're like, oh, that's such a good trigger. I wish this one had that.
Yeah, this is just a blank 2-soul from the TD. But it did have the good art, so I kept it as a slide, yeah. This is Paru's card.
All of your other 1/0 Vanilla Bell gain 1,000 power. No, sorry. They get the following ability. When he attacks, you can look at the top card of your deck and put it to the top or bottom, and then he gains 1k for the turn. And then it is a pay 1 bond to set vanilla.
This is the Asana bonder from Alicization. This is the
Oh,
same
is it?
text. Instead of it going to your level 1 combo, it blunts to a vanilla.
Yo, what do
It's
we
the
rate that
exact
card?
same text.
That
What'd
is
you
so
rate
much
that card?
stinker.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the on-attack surveil in the 1K is like actually really good. The pay 1 plus is actually good. It's
Yes.
just the target is garbage.
That is really funny.
This card on its own is actually good though. Like ignoring the card that it belongs to, the card is good. Like
It's just like just a normal Apple Bond
yeah,
in
it's.
a way.
I think it's better than the other like bond packages and TDs they've been printing for sure, because it is apples and like the effect is good. It's not defensively good, but it's offensively very good. Helps you trigger clean. Or push into triggers if you need to. So, I think for, like, this is definitely, like, it can only be, like, a C, because you only play it with the shitty bell.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was.
What did I just paste in
Party's
there?
You
computer
posted a
obsessed.
.wav file. I don't know what that
I'm gonna post it in the Discord.
was.
Carmen, you better watch out.
Oh,
Carmen,
God.
it's
Yeah,
hacking.
you did post that, huh? Okay, well, whatever.
Okay, anyways, next card.
Okay. Zach's card, go ahead.
Where am I? This Hestia. On play, ditch a character. If you do, search your library for when status update events, reveal it, put it in your hand. And on reverse, it's zero bomb decker.
Deck
Now, that event is
bond.
pretty important for the level 1 combo in the trial deck.
It is extremely important.
Deck bonds to events are probably good, like just in general. If you're playing this, you play this card for sure. I think this card is good. It's just another. Like, I don't think this card is bad at all because like I've played vanilla versions of the same fucking card, like where all they do is deck bond, and like you are happy to play them when you're playing that event. So like the fact that this also at least trades with the card in front of it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the event do?
Oh, we'll get to
Well,
it.
we'll get to
We'll
it.
get to
It's
it.
like a
We'll get
whole
to it.
fucking thing. Like,
Andy, I
It's
can't
the
wait.
whole
I
thing.
can't wait for you to get
yeah,
to it. I can't wait.
yeah. It's a whole thing.
All right, sweet.
Back to you.
Alright. Next card, got this albino kid. Just 2 or 3 other cards. Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean,
Shit, hang on, I'm checking TOS.
think you
right
can.
now.
yeah. Hold
I
on.
think you can.
I think it's fine.
I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I mean, is Bell's not albino? Like he's just
No, he's
red
just
eyes.
white.
Oh, this picture he is.
You know, now
He
that
has white
into that, I
hair.
think
He has
might
white
be.
hair and red
He might
eyes.
be. I haven't actually seen the shows, but he might be.
You haven't seen the show? You're the only person I know who is interested in buying the set.
Wait, you weren't supposed to say that.
I've watched the show. I've watched the show.
I've seen the Dojins.
That's
That counts, right?
yeah,
it
it's
didn't
fine.
take very long to go off the rails with this.
All right. Well, anyway, 2 or fewer cards in
been
your stock. This
13
gets,
minutes.
1500 power, and when you play it, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on top or bottom. I think
This
I'm in
card's
love.
neat. I think this card's neat.
Wait, is it
I
just
think
an
that's this card.
oversized that scries?
Yeah.
Yes.
If 3,500 is acceptable,
Ooh, I think
it
it is.
is
I think I
fine,
love
yeah.
scrying. I love scrying.
I've looked at the other offerings in the set. It is.
is it really? Is this like actually
Yes.
like a decent plus? That's so cringe. Card's fine, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's this or the chaser.
Yeah,
I think this trial deck is pretty solid so far. Like,
yeah, it's
It
been
is.
okay.
Trial deck.
Just because it has this card, it is. And the event.
Jacer's okay. All right, yeah, we
Jacer's
got this
okay, yeah.
Hestia combo, the Hestia the Bestia. What's that string doing? That's weird. This plays from hand to stage.
What
And plus
is-
X power, 500 times your other characters, including herself.
That sounds like an excuse, Carmen.
She can be a 7K. And then on attack, if you have the pants, that's also some weird looking art. you can take the event from your hand and put it into your memory.
So it is a neg 1 on play.
It
on
is,
attack.
it is a neg
I don't
1
know.
on attack
This
neg
seems
1.
pretty sus.
On
Okay,
attack
Andy, should we
neg
just
1.
There is a-
spoil the beans? Should we
Okay,
spill the
so for
beans?
people that don't know, the boob string actually doesn't work, and it has
It
been
doesn't
confirmed.
work. No, I was going to mention
It's
that.
been
Dude. I saw the
confirmed by
post.
scientists. It does not work.
Yeah, the physics doesn't work out.
Yeah, there's
They've been
no
working
way
on
to
it.
make the boob string work. It does not work.
Thank you for clarifying that, Carmen. I was
Yeah.
very confused.
Well, look, the art's really weird, dude. That's straight. That has to hurt. Like, put your fucking
Yeah,
arm
it's
down.
cutting into the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gotta
sure it's
hurt,
fine.
man.
I'm sure it's fine. I think you guys are exaggerating.
Oh my god. But yeah, you gotta fucking slam this event into memory. So, do we have to look at the event now? We probably do, right? We probably
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
skip
I'll
We
just,
the
kinda
I'll
event.
just
have
take
to.
your. I can just take your word for it
This
if it's
makes
good or
no
not.
sense, right? Like this
It
makes
ma-
no sense.
It
if you
makes
don't
no
look at it.
sense if you don't know anything. All right, let's jump. Slide 18. We can jump to the event.
right.
Paru, you just read it because I read the
Alright,
last card.
So while this card is in memory, at the start of your main phase, you may discard a card and return this card from your memory to your hand, or discard a character. Return this card from your memory to your hand. Look at up to 4 cards on the top of your deck and add all characters from among them to your hand. So you dump this thing into your memory. It comes back to your hand, and then you get to look at the top 4 and take all the characters from there. So what is this Hestia in like the best case scenario?
I think the way you're supposed to play this Hestia,
It's like a
Is-
+2.
you
Or
play-
wait, no.
no, it's a
+1.
+3.
It pops back.
+3, yeah. I think what you do is you play a single copy of this Hestia every turn. Is the idea? I think that's the goal.
That seems like it.
You play like 1. Because you can't take like a neg 2 on turn, even with a plussing combo and be okay. And this is not a plussing combo until the next turn. Because like when I think about this, I'm thinking about like the way Mushoku plays out, right? Where like you're playing the Roxy events, you're like taking neg 1s. But then you have the Rudy to plus you back up. And even then, sometimes you end your first level 1 combo turn if you played multiple Roxy pendants. You end at like a 4 or 5 card hand. You don't end with like a full hand. Like a lot of the time. So this you're gonna end at like a 3-4 card hand, and then you gotta ditch a character at the start of your next main phase.
You'll have a character.
I mean, you will.
And then you're pretty much forced to mill 4 cards though.
Well, yeah,
you hate
because
forced
you
mill, Carmen.
well you need to plus back up. I think that's the problem. Is you're
And
milling
like
at the
this
top
seems
of
like
your
it's
main
gonna be
phase.
like an event heavy set. Maybe you hit like some events and climaxes that could be
Yeah.
kind of tough, especially if you have to minus the turn you do the combo, and then have to on draw step discard another card or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is it
it
main
seems
phase?
it's like super costed, even if you don't pay the 2 stock.
on start of your main phase, so you can clock first.
Oh, I don't think you can ever afford to pay the 2 stock Zach. I think you have to play this with
you
the
just
combo.
can't. Yeah.
I think that like so the card economy on this isn't bad. I think the problem for me is actually the timing. The fact that
I
you're
agree.
a forced mill at the beginning of your main phase, right after you clock, like God forbid you have less than like 7 cards in deck when you draw, right? Like God forbid that happens, and like you don't even get to look because it's from the top, right? So what if you don't
Yes.
even get to look at 4 cards? What if there are only 2, and you had
And
to
they're both
ditch?
events.
Yeah,
Well, then you didn't. Then you don't do it.
sure,
Yeah.
but then you don't have a hand. That's
I
the
understand.
problem. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. So for
Too
me,
expensive, and it's not. And too much things can go wrong. It's just not worth it.
maybe
So
someone smarter than me can figure it out.
Maybe.
But as it stands on the Hestia combo, we'll rate that. We'll come back to the event and rate it later. The combo does make the event playable, but I don't think it's very good. I'm gonna give it like I'm gonna go down even a little bit more. I think the timing is way too bad on the event. I do not like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Vanilla Bell. No one wastes their turn on that. Go to Zach. Already read the event.
This 2/1 bell on play gets X power, X's number of other characters. So like 11/5 on play at most.
I think he counts himself, right?
I think this card is in every TD.
Does it count itself? Plays
Oh,
from hand?
your
I think
characters,
every
yeah.
TD
Yeah.
runs this.
Yeah,
TD staple.
every TD. I hate these cards. Yeah, it is a 12-5. Just if you
You guys
play
are
it
also
last.
haters.
Okay, doesn't F imply it's worse than vanilla? I don't think this is worse than.
Yeah, you're right. Paru's right.
Is it worth? No. I think this is unplayable. I'd rather play the vanilla because at least you apple bond to it.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like like this or like a 2185. Which one would you play first? You'd play this, right?
F plus.
F plus. Okay, I can
Yeah.
respect
Okay. It's still bad.
that.
This is the power of talking things over
Oh,
people.
yo, this card's got apples on it.
Oh, it does.
It does. Andy, you get the apple card.
Oh my god, he's dropping his groceries. Bell. Each of your opponent's back rows, he gets 1,500, so plus 3k if they have a loaded back row, and when you play it, you can heal.
Oh
Oh wait, was
god,
I looking at the wrong card?
Carmen, what do you do?
Oh, it's a picture. And
You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not like gay or anything, but Belle's really cute.
yeah, kind of like a.
That's cute. I love
Yeah.
cards that have connecting art.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's a fucking bat healer. It's fine
It's
for
a standby target, right? They
Yeah,
played
yeah. It's fine for
shitty
standby.
fucking goddess card in Goblin
Fucking
Slayer. This is
12K,
better,
dude.
right?
Let's go. He's
better than
Each of your opponents. I don't think it's as good as. But it does hit 12, right? So
Yeah, what's the TD Goblin Slayer one? The priestess.
500 for each
11-5.
other.
11-5.
She's
Yeah. This is
Well,
12.
I think this is better.
Well, it is if your
No,
opponent.
it's dependent.
Your
It
opponent
depends on
could,
your
like,
opponents.
move a back row.
Well, okay, wait. The worst case is he's a 10-5 healer.
Yeah.
That's like not the worst.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
your
much,
opponent just won't
I
have
guess.
any back row unless they're like you already won the game, I guess. If you're playing standby and your opponent has no front row and no back row, then I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You just attack 2 times. That's what,
Oh my
that's what you
God.
do.
Yeah.
Look at the titty ribbon on this next card.
Oh yeah. It has to hurt, right? Like please, like
Yeah,
no, it's
that
right
does
into it,
does
dude.
not look comfortable. This played from hand to the stage. Choose up to one character in your hand whose level is equal to or lower than your level. Put it on any slot of the stage. That character gains 2k. So it's a summoner. Okay, that's fine. Plays from hand to stage. You discard a card. If so, both players free fresh. Wow, it's like a Fumio. If your
Wow.
opponent,
It
if
is
your
like
opponent,
Fumio.
if your opponent triggers a climax during their attacks and doesn't pay it out, it's like you Fumio'd them.
It's basically a Fumio.
I mean, the summon's fine. The mutual free fresh is fine. The discarded, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
okay.
it's a good one-off.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's a good one-off.
TD's a fucking C. Let's go.
Yeah, I think this card. No, I think I'm with Andy actually. I think this card is like
It's a good one-off
close
in like
to-
any deck.
yeah.
There's a lot of rolls.
If there's not a better like decompression gotcha tool, like the fact that this card is also a summoner that pumps power, or like from hand is like just also very good. But I did not pay a lot of attention to spoiler season, so I'm seeing a lot of these cards for the first time. Because I had to choose between this and basically Zombieland, and I chose Zombieland.
Yeah, I can't believe you did that.
Wow.
Can't believe you did that.
What a mistake.
Well, no, it was because I knew I was buying Assault Lily, so I had to choose between the other two winner sets. I chose Zombieland. Or Fall, whatever. No, event. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. It's like, I don't think it's very good.
Wait, are we on the event now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The event is even worse.
I think the event's more playable on its own than with the combo.
Really?
Yeah, just as like a way to pay out too. Like maybe you triggered some climaxes or something. You can like it just like lets you pay it out and then stuff something in your memory and then get your cards back later. I don't think it's great, but I think I don't know if you have like some way to search up events or something.
You know, you
maybe
have to
it'd
have
be-
less cards to make it work if you just hard play it. Maybe paying 2 stock is better than like having
I guess I can see
a
what you're
Hestia, a Climax, and this card in hand. You got to have 3 different cards in hand to do the combo to put it in for free. And that's effectively a ditch 2 because the Hestia dies. the event goes to memory and like you're quote unquote ditching the climax. So if you just play this from hand, it's pay 2, ditch 1, and then maybe +3.
And you can save it for whenever you want, right? Like you can keep it in memory. If you don't need it on a particular turn, you can just let it sit and chill for a turn.
Yeah, it probably is better on its own.
And I don't think that makes it a great card or anything, but I think if you wanted to try playing it, I think like you just play it raw.
Yeah. To look at Bell's back numbers. What do the numbers mean, Bell? That was a
What's going on
joke.
here?
This is a
Nobody
level
watching this will get that.
level stock soul. I don't know. A lot of people play Call of Duty. This is a Call of Duty Black Ops shit. Level stock soul. That's the last card in the
Double
TD.
stock soul.
What do we think?
I guess that's the way they're doing them now for stock souls. Just based on level.
What do we think about the TD as a whole? The level 1 combo's pretty ass, but there are like other decent cards.
I think usually
Yeah.
TDs have like really boring safe stuff in them. Like, oh, it's Moguro, it's 5k, it's on a book. But this has like more interesting effects, I guess, like stuff that you'd usually see like in a booster.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
dude,
come from the opposite
very
side.
full.
I was gonna come from the
Oh,
opposite
really?
side and say this is a terrible introductory product for new players. Like,
Oh,
holy shit.
absolutely.
I don't
This
know.
is,
Give-
like,
give some- Give new
horrific.
players a little bit of credit.
Maybe. I don't know. This is really rough for, like, your first game of Weiss.
I wasn't ever
Matt-
saying that this was good. I was just saying that it's more interesting.
Well, this is a lot of game actions, right?
yeah.
With zones that aren't typically used, like memory.
Yeah.
Like this is a lot to throw on somebody.
I mean,
Yeah,
however, like at least
imagine-
it's
Go ahead.
fun and interesting, right? Like
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
just
it
getting
is.
into the game and me and my buddy just buy a trial deck to play, right? You know,
This one
will,
is
like,
different, yeah.
Guaranteed have a different feel than my opponent.
Yeah,
will, like,
that's true. That's
Introduce
true.
you to a different style of gameplay. And I also
True.
think, maybe experienced players maybe could maybe see a reason to pick one of these up still, just to like mess around with that weird event package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the main selling point of this, I feel, is the weirdness of the events. And it also comes with a few decent cards that you can run in actual decks too.
Yeah, I
you
think
can
a lot
send,
of
like,
these cards
stuff.
are just solid. And like, yeah, it does have the standby target. It has 2 decent plussing zeros.
Yeah, is that pretty good? The 3/5.
If you're playing the
Actually, this
event, you
TD
have
has
the
3
deck
pluses
bonder.
zeros.
Yeah, it does. The apple bonders plussing 0.
Oh, I was thinking
Yeah,
that and the
yeah,
clock
yeah.
plus.
Oh yeah, the clock guy does. We have the clock wealth.
So we have 4 pluses of 0 in this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it has those 2 cards that with the matching art too, so that's pretty cool.
The TD is probably a lot more functional, like, depending on the ratios. Like, I feel like this Hestia might be a 2 of combo, not a 4 of combo in the TD.
I would hope so. Hope so,
Um,
because that might encourage like players to like try to tri-field or something, and just
Yeah,
you probably
like,
don't want to do that.
like maybe the Apple Bond is like a 4-4 split instead of being a 2-2 split, like they usually are. But who knows? We'll see. I don't know anything about the DanMachi TD in terms of ratios. But I guess, yeah, it's interesting, but might be a little harder for new players. All right, yeah, that's it for the TD. We'll see you guys in yellow.